Okay, this was made 9 minutes ago. This article from Market Watch. Oh, I need to grab my charger too. All right, let's see. All right, so essentially from their earnings, what we have so far, I don't have the paperwork filing. I was hoping I'd find that for this live stream, but I do not. So they earned $104 million or 50 cents a share in the quarter, contrasting with a loss of $408 million or $2.31 a share, which was a year ago around this time per quarter. They earned 2.8, swinging from an adjusted loss of 1.12. So sales fell 5% from 6.04 billion from 6.35 billion. I'm assuming, so this was a pre-recorded call, and that was that Elon said that demand is not our problem. Most of the challenges, including some parts of shortages, are related to supply chain and production issues. Neither Tesla in its letter to shareholders nor Musk during the call addressed the coronavirus pandemic directly, and Musk started the call thanking employees for their efforts and that there were so many challenges too numerous to name but got it done. Tesla is now showing the market they move fast, make quick decisions, and are not. So it's pretty interesting too, because for those of you that don't know, again, this will be on my channel later in the future. Again, sorry, I'm going to turn up my screen brightness a little bit, but I talk to my father every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And one of the things we always talk about at some point after each other's day at work is obviously the stock market. And I've convinced him to buy Blink, which I ended up spending quite a bit on back in February, just speculating long-term, future-wise, how I feel like electric vehicles are going to be the next big thing. And I remember him kind of like laughing it off and disagreeing in a way, but I've been really monitoring Tesla a lot because they are obviously leading the race with autonomy and electric vehicles. So I get very excited every time there's a quarterly report to see how Tesla is comparing against the rest, how it's doing in market value, and just production-wise, selling cars and vehicles. And again, to see this is technically now, I'm pretty sure from, I can't remember because I thought I saw it somewhere, but this is now their fourth quarter in a row where they have had profitability, and that they continue to keep selling cars in the midst even of this pandemic, which is surprisingly shocking to me, considering that you would think with a lot of people out of work, it seems like every week millions more file for unemployment, that Tesla continues to keep going strong. So I'm very, very excited to see that they are doing well still, that there's going to be more electric vehicles on the road, and especially me holding a lot of shares of Blink, knowing that they're able to charge Teslas and any other type of electric vehicle from a manufacturer, that we're hanging strong. But the cool thing too today, other than just Tesla's earnings after hours, was that Blink announced, and I'll be talking a lot more about this in tomorrow's podcast episode, but it was a huge deal because I'll get out of this now. We'll just transition over to this. But they got a grant from some type of, I can't remember the name of the grant, but they are essentially, let me see here. I want to say this properly so when you guys watch this in the future. But essentially, they got a deal to have 200 of their level 2 charging stations over in the Atlantic area. Now, this includes Virginia, Washington, D.C., Maryland. There is another state as well, I believe, but 200 of their stations, which is crazy because I want to say, I don't know how much each individual station is, but I know it's in the thousands. So looking from a long-term standpoint, having 200 of their stations over on the east side of the country, it's going to generate a lot of revenue in the future. So it was the Virginia Clean Cities grant, I guess that's what it's called. But this ended up taking the stock price up 14%. The market closes in officially 42 minutes. So right now it's been 17% on the day. But yeah, they are having 200 of their level 2 chargers in the mid-Atlantic region, which includes Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, and then also Washington, D.C. And these stations will be able to power. They have somewhere here in the article. I was reading it earlier this morning. Obviously, electric vehicles. This will be like at places like airports, schools. Let's see what else we have here. And they already have a partnership with IKEA, Whole Foods. Let's see, College Park. So a couple already places in the Mid-Atlantic region, but still having an additional 200 chargers planted is pretty awesome. So very excited about that news. So I just thought I would share that to start the stream off. Let's see, I got to check the chat in the stream because I haven't looked for a second. But yeah, no comment, which is fine. Still have one concurrent viewer, and it says that my current stream bitrate is really bad, so that kind of scares me, but it looked like it was playing fine earlier. Okay, it says good now, so that's good. But yeah, no, so going back to what I was talking about earlier before I kind of got distracted, I want to start talking about Tesla, was that this past weekend I did get a lot of content. I'm going to put that together. Work's been crazy busy, so I'm pretty much all caught up. There's a couple minor things I need to edit tomorrow, but I'll get that done during the day. And then, of course, I will put together Welcome to My Weekends. It'll be out a little bit later, and I'll be also discussing that tomorrow in the podcast episode. But expect, Friday's episode to be out still. So just Welcome to My Weekends was pushed back. Talk more about this weekend because I'm having a golf outing, so I should be able to gather some sort of content again, and I will be putting it together Sunday. But yeah, just overall, I've been just a little busy, so I'm sorry, guys. And we'll see. I'll stay by for just a little bit longer. Again, I apologize about the stream being a little ugly with the bitrate, but I still have one concurrent viewer, so I'll probably just cut it short again if there's no one in the chat hanging out. Let's see what else, because I thought I saw something or heard something today in the office I'd like to talk about if I can find an article, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Let's see. Something about the stimulus check, the next stimulus. I thought we were talking about that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find that article. Floats lowering extra unemployment from... Well, that's a hot take. I haven't read this. See if the unemployment benefits from jobless Americans by more than 8% during the end of the year as part of the next stimulus package until a deal can be struck. Is that muted? Yeah. Can get all done by week. We can allow there to be a cliff in unemployment insurance given there's still about 11%. About I will have to talk about that tomorrow. That is interesting. I'll save that for tomorrow. Nice. Okay, so it says excellent connection now. That's strange. Let me see if it's still dropping frames. It is terribly. Oh my gosh. I don't know. That so bothers me. I'm so sorry for the one viewer out there. Thank you so much for stopping by. I feel really bad though. It's like that. It's not fair to you. I want to see though. See, I think today we're talking about it in the office. I'm pretty sure the next stimulus is going to be the same, $1,200, but I think there's going to be a lot of things that go into it. Like, I think you have to qualify for it. I'm not sure if that's true or not, though. That's why I was hoping to find the article and talk about it really quick, but the biggest things I wanted to talk about tonight was Tesla's earnings, followed with Blink, and then also just about welcome to my weekends. You'll see a video tomorrow, though. I want to figure out, though. Let me open up Google and see. So next, stimulus check. Still says excellent connection. Chat still fine. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, here we go. 6 hours ago. So support a second stimulus check according to Majority Mitch McConnell. Here are the proposals. The next amount. Second stimulus check. Okay, so we don't know if the second check will give more or less than $1,200. Upper limit with the first stimulus check, but we have been following a range of proposals based on the total package worth $1 trillion all the way up to $3 trillion. We lay that out. Oh, so here's the option. Okay. So second stimulus would be payroll tax cut, so workers keep more of their paycheck. Business tax break for companies who don't furlough workers. Less than $1,200 smaller checks targeted at low-income Americans. $1,200 part of HEROES Act passed by House. More than $1,200 stated by President Trump. $2,000 until a month until the economy recovers. Emergency money payment for Americans to continue spending. One road to economic recovery. $2,000 until after pandemic ends. Payments through the end of the pandemic are 3 months after. $2,000 a month for up to 12 months. Monthly payments up to a year. $4,000 travel tax credit. Temporary tax credit to cover individual and family travel expenses meant. Huh. So I guess really there isn't answers. I guess it's just whatever the news is spewing out. My guess is it'll probably be around $1,200 again, but I don't know. I wasn't sure if they said an amount or not, but we talked about it at the office today for a little while. Not sure. Still says too that I have one concurrent viewer. All right. So I'll probably just end it here. I'm going to keep this Welcome to My Weekends video up though. Or Welcome to My Weekends. I'm so thinking about something else. But no, so I'm going to leave this. How and grab a drink and let's talk. I did mention it too in last week's episode during the Chris Seibert show, the podcast, that I'm going to do a better job of starting to call out when I should be pretty much live streaming and when I'm not. So when you watch this in the future, you know. As for next week, I'm going to probably not be live streaming because I'm going to Las Vegas with some friends. We're flying out early Thursday morning, and I'm going to use that Wednesday to kind of clean, pack, all this and that. I will still have what'll probably honestly happen is I will record the Chris Seibert show and post that still Friday morning, but just have it pre-recorded a little bit in advance. I think that's something worth mentioning as well. I will also bring that up tomorrow too during the podcast episode. But yeah, I want to let you guys know in the future when you watch this again, you know, it's later in the evening on a Wednesday. I don't really expect a lot of viewers. It is exciting when people pop in and out, but kind of just give it a nice little run and see who's in and who's out. And if there's no one shows, and that's fine. No one shows. But I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. The little amount of time I talked about Tesla, Blink, I didn't really figure out stuff on the whole stimulus check, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out. Something to talk about in the coming weeks. But yeah, with that being said, thanks again, guys. Have a good rest of your evening and week, and I will see you first thing Friday morning.